We are having a look at the Hebrew alphabet, and I want to just do this as an introduction to you and to explain to you how the Hebrew alphabet works. Now, you see over there the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and it's called Aleph or Aleph. Now, to every Hebrew alphabet character, you get a numerical value, like 1 over there, you can see it over there, as well as a picture that's assigned to it. We can see that the picture assigned to Aleph is that of an ox. And now this has got different meanings, and it's wonderful when we start to look at the picture values when we interpret the New Testament and in the Old Testament Hebrew words. And we're just going to have a look at the alphabet from Aleph to Taf, which is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and just walk with me through this as an introduction to the Hebrew alphabet. Now there is Aleph that we've just seen. It's the picture of an ox. It speaks of a leader or strength or the sacrificial ox or a sacrifice. Then we get Beth with a picture of a house. It speaks of a dwelling place, a household or acceptance. Gamil is the picture of a camel. It speaks of uplifting, carrying, exaltation or to ascend. Then we get Dalet. And the picture assigned to Dalet is that of a door. And the interpretation is the way, a passage, entrance or exit or access. Hay, a picture of a window, which speaks of revelation or light coming through. It means to reveal, and it speaks of grace. The reason why we say this speaks of grace, the window speaks of the revelation that must come, and Jesus was the revelation, the mystery that was hidden for ages and generations, and what Jesus came to bring was grace. So hay is the picture of a window which speaks of revelation, to reveal, or grace. And that is an awesome Hebrew character, and is basically in most words in the Hebrew language. Then we get Vav. It's the picture of a nail. It means to join together or nailed. Then we get Zayin, the picture of a window. It speaks of sword, to cut off, word or tongue. Then there is Cheth. It speaks of a fence, the picture of a fence. It speaks of separation, to be private, to be fenced, or to protect. Then Tet is a picture of a snake. It means to twist, surround, or just snake. And a lot of the time this refers to Satan. Not all the time, just some of the time. It's very, very interesting. Then we have Yud. It's a picture of a hand extended, a giving, receiving hand. It speaks of an open hand. It speaks of power and ruling. Yud, let's go through Yud again. Yud is a hand, extended, giving, receiving, power or ruling. Then Kuf is the palm of a hand. It means to cover, protect, work, feed, or power as well. Then Lamed is a cattle goad. It speaks of teaching, to correct, to direct, and authority. Then we get Mem, the picture of water. It speaks of reflection, the spirit, fullness of life. Nun, the picture of a fish, activity, life, multidirectional, or man. Now, the early Christians used the sign of a fish as the sign of Christians or of man. So that's where this whole sign of the fish came from, that people put on the bumper stickers and everything. Right, then Samech, it's a prop. It means it signifies support, fortress, uphold, or spine. Ayin is a picture of an eye. It signifies understanding, to know, experience, or to see, or to perceive. Right, Pe is the picture of a mouth. It signifies to speak, to eat, to drink, a word, or to open. And then Tzaddik is the picture of a fish hook or a host insect. Now, I've used different sources to put this together, and the one says it's a fish hook, the other one says it's a host insect. And what I realized is that at different stages of time there was different pictures assigned to this Hebrew characters. Now, I do believe that the fish hook was the first one, the original one, but later was added host insect, and that can also speak of or signify a harvest, to be hooked, or change. One of the sources even says metamorphosis, which is wonderful. We can also use that powerfully. Then Kuf, it's the back of the head, of a man's head. Also the picture of a priest cap. It speaks of a kingdom, ruler, behind, or last. Resh, the head of a man, signifies to think, to meditate, or the head, to be first, to be the boss. Shin is the picture of teeth, drawing of teeth. It speaks of God's glory, shining forth, radiance, or pressure. Now you might say, but Bertie, how does these two things differ so much? The one is the glory and the other one is pressure. I do believe it's like the Bible says that to those who believe, Jesus Christ is wonderful. But to those who don't believe, it spells condemnation. It's the same way over here. Right, tough, and this is the last one, is the picture of a cross. It is a cross, the sealing of a covenant. Now this is awesome. Now I want you to go to the different words that's on the website, and you can just go and see how this is connected into words and how the message of grace comes forth in all of this.